You guys hearing me? Good morning. So I'm just waiting on some more persons to join so that we can be interactive. The live is still freeze, Kadisha? So, hello. Thank you guys for joining. Guys, be sure to share the live and like the live as well. So when you join, just ensure to like it. So today, I want to go ahead and talk about H2B. Some questions that you guys have. Also wanted to share some basic information, some basic knowledge. We're going to talk about me opening up my group for the winter season. That's my WhatsApp group. So, persons can get some one-on-one help as what we did for the summer. You guys hearing me okay? The Wi-Fi here is shitty, so thanks guys. One thing Kadisha, you got always there. Ain't me know. Yes, guys. So I have some questions from persons, right? So I have some questions from persons on Instagram, as well as you guys can always share your you can always share your questions on the live, and I'll go through and I will answer your questions. But first, before we start with the questions and all of that, I wanted to first give some basic information about H2B persons who are still confused, who doesn't have an understanding, and for persons who want to know what will be happening, or persons who haven't gotten through as yet and are thinking about applying for the winter season. So ensure that you are liking the live and ensure that you are also sharing it as well. So share the live so that persons who want to join can be able to join and get some needed information, because we all need this information if this is something that you want to venture in. All right, so I want to thank all the day ones for joining. You guys know yourselves. So welcome if there are any new persons on here. So far on my end I'm seeing 6 to 7 persons. I'm not sure what you guys are seeing. So guys, ensure to like the live as you join and share it as well. And just stay tuned so we can go ahead and discuss some information. Good morning, Tamia. So I have some questions. I have about 12 13 questions that some persons, the post that I made on Instagram last night, these are questions via Instagram. So I want to go ahead and get those questions answered, as well as we can be interactive, and you ask your questions here. So far I'm very very busy, so I'm really busy, and sorting out some stuff, so it's not saying you the videos. I have a video to post, I just haven't gotten the time to edit and all of that, but I will be posting that video. And also there is a lot more videos to come. There's a lot more to come. Hello, I'm okay, naturally, Dan. I'm all right, thank you. So yes, so guys, just continue to share it a bit so more persons can join, because I don't want when we start and we get into it, then a lot of persons who who would be just joining kind of miss out on the important information. So ensure to like the live, leave a like, and share if you will. If not, that is definitely okay. Okay, so how's everyone been so far? Let me see if I can call out everybody that I'm seeing. So I'm seeing Kiki, Monchalina, Crystal, Ashanti, Mrs. Leachin, Just Jess's Life, Sharita Christie, Kadeen Howard, Kadisha Griffiths, Chantal Hunt, Gemini Kitten, Vibes with Oshin, Kadeen, oh yes, I did say Kadeen Howard, Renicia Legister, Kian Thompson, Sabina Isidore, Vibe with Orkel, Jamila Walker, Shanalee Bernard, Regina Darlington, accounting class, which we know is Janice, Tamia Fife, Marshadon TV, Sarah Gale, Waysam Gabadon, Yannick Wright, Naturally Dan, Breeze, STC79, Natanya Clark, oh yes, I said Breeze, Reggie Newell, Shamoy Donnan, Chantal Hunt, I think I said that before, Nesta Gale, Peter Gay Thompson, Papas, Ashley and Nadre, Shanika Rowe, Shenanigans, TikTok Luxury, Ashay Johnson, Sharona Lewin, Yannick Cohen. So that's all I'm seeing so far. So hi guys, welcome personally from me, and thank you so much for joining. So there was a lot of persons who messaged me on Instagram. Hello Amaris by she. So a lot of persons messaged me on Instagram, and I wanted to those persons to get the opportunity to join, because a lot of those persons have questions, right? So good morning, Shania. So I wanted those persons to join. However, if they cannot, that is definitely fine. So let's just get into it. So basic information about the H2B program. So the H2B program is a non-agricultural program where employers in the United States can file a petition for file a petition to get temporary workers so that they can come work for them. So the employers. So let me know if you get that so far. What is the H2B program? So it is a program where U.S. employers can file a petition to get non-immigrant workers to come to the United States to perform non-agricultural job duties. Okay? So let me know if you guys get that part. So that is the H2B program. Okay, great. So these employers, what they will need to do, they would need to have a certain type of need. Like is it a seasonal need, a one-time occurrence, intermittent, I think, and peak load need, right? So what these employers will do, they would have to file a petition within a certain time frame for each seasons. So there are two seasons. Summer season starts April 1st and winter season starts April 1st or after for summer season. Winter season is October 1st or after, right? So we have summer, we have winter. So you have some employers that some employers do perform do participate in summer as well as winter, and then you have some employers who are strictly summer, and you have some that are strictly for winter season. Okay, all right. So leading up to the summer season, right? April 1st. Yes, the start date is April 1st, but an employer filing a petition, they have to get it approved, and that may take some time depending on how fast they get on with the process, how quickly they send in or file certain documents, and because they have to complete all of that with the Department of Labor in the US Department of Labor. right? So yes, in the videos we talked about some websites where we do find these employers, the list and all of that. So I will get to all of that, but first, so these websites, all this information that I'm telling you, it is on the, you can find it on the Department of Labor website. You can, I think you can find it on Department of Homeland Security. You can find it on the USCIS website, and majority of the information is on the USCIS website. Okay, so as it relates, hello Zoe. So as it relates to the H2B program, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to understand and all of that. So so regarding the H2B program, you have to kind of know the information, or I should say know at least the basics, so you applying will be easier, right? So after they file their petition, then after they file their petition with the, they have to file it in a certain time frame. So the filing window for summer season is January 1st to 3rd, right? So they have to do all that filing before. Yes, we do reach out to employers before January, because I started posting the videos on the channel, I think it was in December, right? In December, about the 19th or so, or before, if I'm not mistaken. So yes guys, please ensure to like the live and share it as well. So they file the petition between certain time frame. We do apply, we try to apply and all of that before, because I created my group December 19. I created my group December 19, and we were, you know, doing resumes and all of that, so persons can have a proper resume to apply with. So you can reach out to them before. What I did was I compacted some list of employers that I've reached out before last year when I was applying, and I sent it in the group and shared it with persons so that they can, you know, reach out to the employers to see if they will be filing petition for January coming. This would be January 2023. So I did all of that, and I was with the a lot of persons reached out to them, and a lot of persons got responses. But the key thing is when an employer filed their petition, so filing the petition itself is not done until a certain time frame. So first they have to get a temporary labor certificate, and they have to do a recruitment in the United States for 2 weeks to show the government that, hey, you know, to show proof that, hey, they cannot get the US workers that they need to perform the duty. So once they've done recruitment in those 2 weeks, if they do get US workers, then if they find US workers to fill all the positions, then they will not get the petition, or they would not move on to that stage to file that non-immigrant petition. But if they do not get the workers that they're seeking, then they will what will happen is that once they show the recruitment and all the proof that, hey, they cannot get any workers, they submit that, and they get a temporary labor certificate. They submit all their documents. It's a long process, and then they can, once they've fully certified, once they got the temporary labor certificate, then they can move on to filing the non-immigrant petition. So that is the petition itself that will state, okay, you know, they're getting non-immigrant workers, and then that petition receipt number, that is what we use to do our visa processes. Okay, so when we say the petition form, on the form, it's just the number that we basically would be using. All right, so as it relates to websites and all of that, so we all know about the and guys, what do persons normally call this program? Because persons refer to it as the farm work program, persons just refer to it as that the work program, or all of that, but it's actually the H2B program, right? If you do type this in on Google, there's a lot of information that will pop up, and there's a lot of information that you can know just by typing this on Google. So I know a lot of persons might be familiar with, a lot of persons also think that, hey, it's like persons own these programs, or no, it's not that. So it's the H2B work program, and the jobs that these entails, and entail is like housekeeping, serving, cook, construction, landscaping, dishwashing. There's a lot of amusement park workers. There's a lot of jobs that come under the H2B thing. So yes, a lot of persons call it US work program, hotel work program. That is definitely true. So a lot of persons really don't know anything, because really and truly, guys, there's no one really talking about this. And if they do get through and they come here, you know, they make it seem as if, okay, you know, it's links and all of that. Guys, you don't have to tell anyone to like the live. It's okay. A lot of persons think it's links, and you know, they have to go through ministry. Yes, persons do go through the Ministry of Labor, but that is a very tedious process. And if you want to, that is fine. But you know, if you find a way that you can do it on your own, that is definitely fine as well. You can, you know, you can take that route. So a lot of persons also, because they don't know about the program, they have been scammed. So it's like a lot of persons have been paying a lot of money, even 500,000 Jamaican dollars and more. They have been paying to go on these programs. A lot of people, when they pay their money, they refer to it as private program. There is no private program. It is very much, hello, Pikachu. It is very much illegal for recruitment agencies or your employer to be charging you for the recruiting process. So guys, listen, think about this. The US worker, the US employer, sorry, needs workers. It's not just only that we need these jobs, but they do need us as well. A lot of them are heavily dependent on the H2B program so that they can open their business throughout a certain season. Okay? So think about it. A US employer, let me just say this. They pay for they pay, if they go through an agency, they pay that agency to process you, or they should pay that agency to process you. Okay, so I'm not an agency is not supposed to be charging you even processing fee. The most an agency should charge is like 2,000 to 5,000 Jamaican dollars. Like that's for to register with the agency itself. I'm not talking about hefty registration fees or anything like that. I know there's a lot of agencies charging, and yes, they're on the Ministry of Labor's website, but that doesn't mean that it's legal for them to be charging. And they do it discreetly, and then persons think it is legit. And a lot of persons will be willing to pay. A lot of persons are willing to pay their money. A lot of persons, when they hear that money is involved, they automatically think it's legit and it is safe. But guys, please, I'm telling you, it's up to you, you know, at the end of the day, if you want to pay, if you want to do this or you want to do that. But at the end of the day, if you find a way that you can do it without have to be spending all of this money, why not put in the work? Because there's no way an agency, not even an employer, cannot guarantee you that you will get an H2B visa. Because even if you find an employer, right, you find an employer and they give you the petition and you go ahead and do the process on your own, it is still at the discretion of the embassy to grant you that visa. Bear in mind, everybody's case is a case by it, so it's done by a case by case basis at the embassy. Even if you've never had a denial before and you send in your book, sometimes not everyone is qualified for the waiver where you don't have to go in for an interview. Sometimes they do request you to come in for an interview, and That's that. So guys, be careful of all these scammers. Be careful of persons telling you, oh, they have jobs and all of that. Ask the necessary questions. Some of the questions I will ask if someone is telling me, okay, they're charging, I'm gonna ask them, well, isn't it illegal based on the US government's website and also the Jamaican Ministry of Labor website? Isn't it illegal to be charging persons these type of fees to go on the program? I would ask them, isn't the H2B program a free program? Guys, the employer pay for the agency to process you. The employer pays for your visa fee and the employer pays for your plane fare. Okay? They even cover certain costs as it relates to you, maybe all transportation and border crossing fees they are responsible for as the employer. Okay? So if an employer says, okay, you have to pay your visa fee up front, it will be reimbursed once you get to the States. Okay, most times within the first week of employment or between your first paycheck, then you will get that reimbursement. Okay, so Unique said, I think I am being scammed. I paid 49,000 and now they're asking for 190 US for the visa fee. So, oh my God. I hardly find money to buy food. It must just give away so much money. Exactly, that is very true. Guys, all right, if someone is going to come to me, I'm not saying that you cannot pay. If you want to pay, it's all up to you, if you have the money, but listen, if someone is coming to you telling or saying that you should pay, you need to ask the necessary questions. You need to ask certain questions and you need to ask certain questions, certain follow-up questions, so that you can have an understanding. You need to ask these persons, what is the fee for? What is that what does that 49,000 entails? What does it cover? Tell them, I know an employer is responsible for all the expenses on the program. I know an employer is responsible for my visa fee, for my plane fare, and the only thing I should be paying out of pocket is maybe a 2,500 or 3,000 GMD for, maybe signing up with you as an agency. What are those hefty fees for? You guys have to ask them. So I'm going to take some questions now. So someone asked, how long does the H2B visa process take? So the employer, they file the temporary labor certificate from January 1st to 3rd. So the start date is April 1st. So do the maths. So it is between any time from then to now. Some persons, even though the start date says April 1st, you might find employers who have not gotten the petition in hand and are awaiting that, so they can let you do the visa process. And say they get it now and you send in your book, it will take some time for the embassy to approve the visa. So even though it says April 1st start date, most times you go up in the first week of April or after, because I traveled the April 21st last year. Although first-timers cannot get a response, how long did you take to get your response to go embassy? So as a first-timer last year, I didn't even up to this point. Well, yes, today is the 21st. So I actually sent in my book 1 year ago, like on this day, March 21st last year, or the 22nd, I think. So that's when I sent in my passport last year. So up until March, even mid-March, I didn't get an offer. So this was the time that I got an offer and sent in my documents and dropped it off at the Dropbox. So a lot of persons are saying first-timers, it's hard and all of that. But I know a lot of first-timers who are preparing to leave, right? So we'll all get into that. How works the fee of embassy payment? We have to pay it and after the employees reimburse. Yes, so for the visa fee, I think that's what you're referring to. So for the visa fee, you can pay it upfront. Yes, like if the employer works with an agency, or if they do not and they send you the petition information for you to complete the process on your own, you would complete the application online, you would make the payment online, and then that funds will be reimbursed to you within, should be within the first week of employment to when you get your first paycheck. I pay about 480,000 to get on the H2B program, but good thing I can get back a refund. Boy, Shane, all I can say to you, Shane, is you have it. You have it to pay. You have it to pay. I wish someone would give me $480,000 right now. You have it to pay. A lot of persons have gotten through. There's a lot of persons who are applying. Even myself, I was sending out some resume for some persons, and they've gotten responses. Those two persons, family members that I did it for, one is awaiting a date for to go in for an interview, and the other is waiting to get back his book. So think about that, right? You can pay 480,000 and it's not guaranteed, and you're not really hearing anything, as opposed to me paying $0 and getting multiple offers for persons. Think about that. You guys just be mindful. I understand that yes, some persons can fall victim to all sorts of scams, especially when you're desperate. But guys, that is what persons prey on. They prey on how desperate you are. They prey on how, you know, they know that persons need the opportunity to better themselves, so they take advantage of that. They tell you about all these amount of money, and then because you don't understand and you don't know about the program, that makes it difficult for you, and you're automatically going to believe, because especially if you know persons who did it, but not because someone paid half a mil GMD, not because some persons pay that and they are actually overseas. How much persons do come home with $500,000 have after they have worked, cleared up their debts and all of that? How many persons come back home with that? I'm not saying it's not possible, it is very possible. But I'm saying, depending on the type of job you get, depending on the amount of pay you're receiving, depending on what your expenses on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis is, how many persons do get to save that amount to go back home after their 6 months, 7 months, 8 or 9 or 12-month contracts? How long it takes to get back your passport from embassy, LaSalle? So it takes, I would say, anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. Anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. Do you suggest persons to lie on their resume? I wouldn't tell you to lie on your resume, but I will tell you that if you see where you need you have a certain experience, it may be a training period, it may be just a 2 weeks, maybe you have a certificate but not the experience, do include that on your resume. Let your resume look presentable, add a little color, add a picture. It's the way you put the information forward and sell yourself. It's not really, because I've seen a lot of persons who have a lot of experience, but because of their resume they haven't got any responses. But the moment they change that up and change the narrative, go a different road, then they started to see some results. Okay, so for resume, currently no, I am not doing any resumes, but I can tell you that for your resume, take off your CXC subjects off your resume. If you go to a university or a college, or you have a training institution that it some ways benefits to what the job you're applying, or all the jobs you will be applying for, then you can leave it on. Just have like you can have a picture, your personal information, email, name, telephone number, an address. Then I would say to go in with your experience, then after your experience, your education, and skills, references. That's basically it. It doesn't need a lot of stuff to make it confusing. But a well put together resume is can definitely draw the attention to a lot of employers. Spontaneous music, welcome. Mine almost took 3 weeks, so it depends. Yes, it really depends, because at first, like in the ending of February to the starting of March, embassy was like approving visas in like 2 days. When you check the status there, it said approved. How long after full certification can they get their petition in hand? Nesta Gale, it all depends. It really all depends. What they have to get it before a certain time frame for them to be qualified to say they will meet the cap to hire out of country. So guys, it's not only that they would need to file the petition and get it approved or be in full certification for them to be able to hire persons who are out of country, but they also need to meet that cap or be under that cap or fall into the cap of the 33,000 visas that are issued for each fiscal year. I'm so sorry, 66,000. 33,000 is for summer, 33,000 is for winter. So bear that in mind. As a returnee, I'm not counted against the cap unless I take up one of the jobs for April, if you get what I mean. Okay? So first timers, so there's a lot of persons who are counted against the cap. Extension workers, the supplemental visas, which includes visas for returning workers, and also from the countries in the Northern Triangle. I have customer service experience, so I tailored it to hotel industry so I could land a job. What should I put on the visa form? The fabrications, huh? So Andrika, so you tailored your resume to hotel industry. You put what job on your visa application in, guys? Put whatever it. How will they get a hold of your resume? If you look at what I'm saying, how would the embassy get a hold of your resume? Unless they call you in for it, or a job letter if you go to an interview. But put the job that you're doing now, ensure that at least the last place that you're working is on your resume. Okay, and then but we'll get more into resume and stuff when the group is open, because that's the first thing that we'll do. We'll have like we will, not saying we'll do your resume for you, because everyone will be busy, but we will provide needed information about resume writing, what should be on it, and all of that. So don't worry about the resume for now. Someone said Flow CV is a great free online resource to create resumes. When the list of employees for winter will be ready. So Gabby, to be honest, I am not sure, because last year there wasn't any list of employers for winter. There weren't any for winter, but we have a number of employers that we know are winter employers. So once the group is open, those information will be shared as well. I had to sign up with a program and they say I need a date for embassy, but the agency say they can't get a date because I would not qualified for the visa waiver. Yes, you won't qualify. You were not qualified for the visa waiver. That is why the embassy, they said you need a date. So dates are opening up. You have to check every day, and that's the thing with the agency and persons who have denials and will need an interview, because they are not going to put out the effort like you would to find you a date, to find you to stay up 2 o'clock 3 a.m. in the mornings to find dates for you. But dates are definitely available. Yes, I will open the group. What's the website for the winter season? It's the same websites, that we use. It's the same websites, Chanel. I sent my passport. How long? It depends on, it can take anywhere from a week to 3 to 4 weeks, I'd say. first timers are getting through, getting offers, pursuing visa, and getting ready to leave. It's a big tax, but it's worth it. And these first timers didn't go through an agency. Let me tell you guys, that is very true. A lot, when I say a lot of persons message me privately on Instagram, and different mediums, saying that they have gotten through. A lot of persons also who are in the group, the WhatsApp group, have gotten through. A lot of persons have gotten through, guys. So the information is there. Everything is literally there on the channel. So when you have the time, you need to just take the time, get an understanding of the information, and also do your additionals. These persons can share their testimonies. These persons can share, are going to be sharing, their experience and all of that with applying so far from now. It's really a great feeling, especially when you see the proof to know that persons are getting through, persons have been getting through. So guys, stop worrying and saying that first timers, yes, it's hard. Nothing is easy, let me tell you that. Nothing is easy, but as long as you're willing to just put through it, then push through it, then everything should be good. My question is, on the resume, should references be added, and if yes, should their personal contact number be on it, or so for references, it doesn't necessarily have to be on it, but you references and you can say available upon request. So when they request it, then you can get the information to them. The group will be open further down. For winter season, recruitment can be as soon as January. What's wrong with this Wi-Fi? Hello. So what's that name? Adinkra. So yes, you can feel free to message me, but just bear in mind that so the group will be open. Winter season starts October 1st. So they start filing, I think it's around June. They start filing the petition. Right? So I did a follow-up with an employer, and she stated that she received 547 resumes for 15 visas for service, and they're behind. I have to wait to see if my resume is chosen for an interview. Don't wait on that. Just keep applying. So I'm going to answer some questions from some persons on Instagram. So the first one, it's one is from Aisha. So she asked, will more companies be able to take out of country first timers for winters? And she said, because there seems to be an issue with petition for summer out of country first timer. There is no issue with petition. It's just that all the employers are placed in different categories. That's how we use the randomization list and know that, hey, that's how we find some of the employers, because they are placed into it, they are randomized and placed in a certain category, A, B, C, D, E, whatever the case is. So the ones in A and B, it's just most of them, I would start with A first and then move on to B. It's all of those persons who will be able to get to meet into the cap, because they place them in A and B. A more than likely will get the visas, then B will get what's left. And we don't think there's anything for C. So that's how we do it with regarding the randomization list. All right, so they are placed into different categories. So it's like a lottery system. So employers who didn't get to hire out of country, it's just their bad luck, I would say, or it just happens. Not everyone will get to hire out of country, so they can get what's left, like the returning workers and extension workers, or the workers from the Northern Triangle. Right, so bear in mind that not all employers who file petition will get it approved and will be able to take you. And not all the employers that you reach out to will be able to take you. Okay, because yes, they may even file the petition, but they may not get it approved, if you get what I mean. So Miss Bailey _90 said, I was at I was denied a visiting visa in January. Can I still apply for the H2B visa in January? Yes, you can apply for winter season, but more than likely they would call you into the embassy for an interview. Young Ranfi says, does the employer have to do the whole process, or do I have to find an agency to help me? So when you say the whole process, if you're referring to the visa application, you can do it on your own. As it relates to reaching out to the employer and all of that, you can do it on your own. But if they work with an agency, more than likely they will send you to the agency so that you can they would send you to the agency so that you can process. So some of them have agencies that they work with that handles all of the process for them, but some of them find the workers themselves and then send them to the agency, and the agencies take it from there. How long it takes to get your passport from the embassy? Lascelle said this. So it takes, as I stated before, like 1 to 4 weeks maximum. 4 weeks maximum, I'd say. Will there be a randomization list for the winter season? I am not sure, because last year there wasn't any. Someone said, Sweet Sabi Life said, getting employers is so hard, or reaching out to employers is so hard. Yes, it's hard, but really and truly, what is easy, if you get what I mean? It's hard. Everything is hard. It's hard to struggle. You know, as some persons would say, it's hard to be broke. Because, yeah, it's so hard. You have to get up every day. It's hard living paycheck to paycheck at the end of the day. It's hard to pay an agency your money and then you find out they're a scam, or they tell you they don't have any jobs for you. That is hard. To me, that is harder than me putting in the work, applying. You know how it feels when you do get a response from an employer. It might not be a favorable one. It might not be a response you wanted to see, but just that feeling of getting a response, knowing that, hey, you actually can do this on your own. Because this way, how we are finding the employers, it's how the agencies find them. So how can we go about finding H2B work without applying from them on the site? How are you going to find them if you don't apply to them on the site? That's where they are. That's where they post their job listings. That's where they are. They are on the randomization list as well. So you have to find them there. If you don't go there, then I mean, this question doesn't really make any sense. Nobody is going to, an employer is not going to call you, you know. An employer are getting over 1,000 resumes. They're not gonna call you and give you a job when persons are calling them. Think about that. Someone is asking, when is the cap relief dates? What do you mean? It's red. I don't understand. So someone said, what if we've been applying for the jobs on the Seasonal Connect website and still nothing? Seasonal Connect, no. I wouldn't say to focus on Seasonal Connect, like when it reaches like June. Like if you're thinking about winter, you can go on Seasonal Connect now and you will see the employers who do hire for winter, who are winter employers, and that way you can maybe search them up on Google, try to reach out to them and all of that. But you see, once, like if the list is gonna drop for this winter, there's no need to focus on Seasonal Connect really. And when the jobs start to post on the Department of Labor website, there won't be any need for Seasonal Connect really. So I wouldn't say don't apply to them. You can apply to them, but don't focus on that too much if the jobs are being posted on the Department of Labor website and if the randomization list is out. What do you mean by cap relief dates? I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean, it's reds. When is the cap relief dates? What you mean, the supplemental visas? Dates? I don't understand. There are supplemental visas. There are supplemental visas that some were released earlier this year. Because I'm on one of those, right? And then there are some that will be released between April 1st to May 15th. And then from May 16th to June to September, June, one of those dates, then more will be released. So a lot of employers are seeking returnees right now. So if you're a returnee, it's red, then you can use the same list and you can find a lot of them. If you recently signed up for a program that needs workers by April 1st, how will that work? Well, if you're really so the first set of the supplemental visas were released between any time before March 31st, right? You have that they would have to file it from last year though, so those would be considered winter employers. There are some more who will be released. These would be for returning workers, this wouldn't be for first timers. Okay, then there are some that will be released from April 1st to May 15, right? And then there will be some released from May to June or September, one of the few. Hold on, guys. So yeah, so those are the dates. They are available. Yes, most of the jobs are removed from the Department of Labor website. But you have to filter it out and then you'll see them. You have to filter out to see the inactive jobs. See, someone is saying it in the comments. Go to advanced search and select inactive. That's where you'll see them. Yes, guys. So that's how you'll see the jobs on the Department of Labor website still. Okay? Someone is asking about extension info. So for extension, you reach out to the employers, just the same. A lot of persons are looking persons in country. So you don't wait until the appointed time when your visa ends. So if you have a visa from April 1st to October 31st, you don't wait until then to start looking at extension. You start looking at extension. So if you're on summer, I would start looking at, and I'm in the States from April, I would start looking extension from about June, July. Yeah. Because they're actually seeking these persons. They actually start seeking the extension persons from early on. Okay, so you can start do your recruitment. You would reach out to the employers just the same, but it's just a little bit easier because a lot of them are seeking with extension persons. The age limit, Talisa, is 18, as long as you're 18. But for a serving job, you'd have to be 21 to serve alcohol, 21 and over. Is it that I just take their emails and send them on my resume, or can I call them? What's the best way to set up a resume that will qualify for a job? So we did talk about the resume earlier. And you take their emails, you send them an email with your resume, with stating your interest, have a proper subject line, so that when that email comes up to the employer, they know specifically what you are emailing them about. You can also call these employers and express your interest as well. Go on their company's website and apply as well. So yes. When will the hiring process start for winter season? So the hiring process can start as early as June this year. Okay? But the start date is October 1st. But the hiring can start as early as June. So those are some of the questions from Instagram. So will you have to look the dates for the embassy yourself for H2B visa if you're not qualified for the waiver? That is if you complete the process yourself and you have the login information. If it's an agency, the agency has to look the date for you unless they're willing to give you the login information. Sorry. Any advice for face-to-face? Well, some of the questions they ask is, where are you going? What are you going there to do? You know, the job description. They may ask your employer information, their name. You know, they may ask you an address. They may ask if you have kids who are going to stay with them, and they may ask how much you're working per hour. Went to an agency to fill out a visa form. I got two forms. One is a non-immigrant visa form, and the other is a supplementary non-immigrant visa form. What does the supplementary? Maybe that means returning worker. I'm not sure, but maybe it means returning worker, cause we get the supplemental visas. Did an interview with Yumi in January, haven't heard anything. Yumi, to be honest, Yumi don't get a lot of petitions that they would hope to get for out of country. So they're taking mostly returning workers. They're going to be taking persons from the Northern Triangle because they're not in a lot of good groups. Jody, I answered the question about the face-to-face interview. So Yumi, it's kind of I would say just keep applying to other places. How about if the employer need workers for early May? Do they send out offer at a later time in April? Listen, guys, even in June you can get an offer for an April 1st start date. So not because it says April 1st mean you have to be in the country April 1st. You can be in the country after the start date. I know persons who last year there were April 1st start dates and they got the job in June and they went up. So Jody, yes, so embassy will ask you what are you going to do, the job you're going to perform, how much you're getting for your pay, hourly or bi-weekly or whatever the case is. They often ask you if you have kids, who is going to stay with them. They can also ask you the address where you're going and the name of your employer. What does the inactive on the DOL website mean? So it means that because after a while the jobs do expire. I think it's after 3 months they expire. So it means they would be inactive, but that doesn't mean that. It just means that from the time that they posted them, because they get a certain time frame, so it would be inactive now. Some persons posted jobs later, so those ones will still be active, if you get what I mean. Sending out many applications and no response. The ones who replied said they only need in country, but they were in category A on the list because I checked. But they can be in category A now, but their process, they can get NOD. So maybe they didn't file their application correctly, and that can cause them not to get the petition. I did an interview with you, I still haven't heard anything. Does that mean I won't get through for April? If you haven't heard anything from Yumi and it's now the ending of March, I would just, guys, if you apply to one place and you do an interview, you don't stop there, because you can do it. I can do 10 interviews and don't get through with any of them, because it can be a case where all of them didn't get their petition. There's a lot of persons who've done multiple interviews and they still didn't get an offer from those persons. So you cannot stop there. You have to keep applying. You have to you can't put your eggs in one basket, right? You have to have options. You have to have a lot of options. Yes, but when you put yourself in a position to have a lot of options, it's better for you. Then you actually can at least get through one of them. The age limit, Talisa, is 18, as long as you're 18 and older. But for a serving job, you have to be over 21 to serve alcohol. Yes, you cannot pay money and don't know what you're paying for. That doesn't make any sense. So if someone is charging you money, ask the necessary questions. What is this for? What is this fee for? Isn't the H2B program free? Why are you charging? Do you know it's illegal to charge persons to go on the program? Do you know that I can report you to the Ministry of Labor? Do you know that I can report you? You have to ask the follow-up questions, and you have to let them know that, hey, you know what you are doing. So to be in a position to let them know that you know what you are doing, you actually have to know what you are doing. So get a hold of the information. Use it to your advantage. Read up. There's a lot of information you can learn about the H2B process on the employers end, like what they have to do, because they have to also file a prevailing wage determination, because there's a certain amount they can't just pay you anything they feel like paying you as well. So there's a lot. So you can actually research it. Go on the USCIS website, and you can find a lot of information. Start, if you watch your videos and you don't understand it, watch it again and try to see what you can get from it. Skipping through the video is not really going to, you're not going to get the benefit of the information. You're not going to benefit from the information, because you skipping through and just hearing a word where you say okay, it kind of doesn't make any sense leading up to April 1st, but maybe April 1st and after, even ending of April, even in May, even middle May. It just depends on when the employer really needs you. And look at it this way: if they take you and they don't have the job readily available for you to do, it kind of makes no sense, because you'd still have to be paying rent here, you'd still have to be buying food, and you still have to be paying your bills back home. Maybe you have rent back home, maybe you have all the other bills back home to pay, maybe you have a child. So if you get what I mean, doesn't make any sense to come up and they don't ready for you and they're giving you 2 days to work a week, or 3 days. That doesn't make any sense, right? Yes, you can take your child with you on the H2B program. So Lisa K, she did it. She's currently on extension. She's also another person who talks about the H2B program. You guys can check out her channel as well. I will try to pin it in this video's description once I can upload the live, save it and upload it. So, or you guys can message me on Instagram and I can send you the link for her channel once we're through here. She did it, and it her son is there with her currently. So yes, that is definitely possible, Kelly. Once you got approved for the visa, doesn't mean you can go up in April. It depends on when the employer wants you. So, Antoinette, if the employer is saying, okay, we want you by April 1st, you are going to book your flight for April 1st or April 2nd or March 31st or March 30th. Because you have to keep communication, or keep communicating with your employer. So, communicate with them and ask them the necessary questions, right? Let them know, hey, I got my visa approved. I know the start date is April 1st. Are you guys looking to have us come up April 1st, or will it be after? Or will it be leading up to the time? Or whatever the case may be. Yes, Tamar, I get what you're saying. You're not gonna ask them any follow-up questions. What ask them sometimes is because we are not we are not calling out these agencies why they continue to do what they're doing, and other persons are falling victim to it. Once you get approved for the visa, does this? Oh, I answered that one. Yes, a lot of persons will pay their money, and think about it. A lot of persons who they don't a lot of persons who a lot of persons who don't have it, they're the ones who will, I think that persons who really need this or who will get through. Like you really need it and you really don't have the money to be wasting, to be paying. Because if you can find $500,000 to pay an agency to get through, your aim is not just to go and work. So maybe your aim is to just get to the United States, right? But if you can find it in yourself, you don't know, you don't have it, but you really need this opportunity, and you dedicate yourself and you put in the work and you send out your emails and you call and you follow up and you do all of these things, and you land yourself a job. Do you know what that feels like? So it's those persons I think it's gonna get through. Persons who need it, like you really need it, right? The randomization list that I saw was dated back in 2022. How do I... The list, there was a mistake on the current randomization list. So it says 2022, but it's actually, if you read it correctly, it says fiscal year. It says FY 2023. Do you know about Elite Recruiters Limited? No, I don't know about them. I don't know about... I cannot tell you about any agency right now. How is working there and living there and work-life balance? So Kimon, it is okay so far. Thank you for asking. So you have to just ensure that you're keeping your body fit. You have to eat, you have to try to get as much exercise as you can, and you just have to put your mind in work mode. Just condition your mind, adjust yourself to the environment, and know that you'll be here for a period of time. So just get used to it and let it work for you the best way possible. Paying a registration fee, that is different. Nothing is wrong with paying between 5 to... Yes, that is different than paying like a sums of money that persons are charging you. And even so, I'm maybe who to tell, I wouldn't pay even the registration fee if I can do it on my own. But if an employer sent me to the agency and the agency has a registration fee, then sure, why not? But I'm not going to willingly go and sign up with an agency with that money. Do you have to have experience in a certain field, or training is provided? Training is provided, but to be honest, you don't have to have experience. But to be honest with you, an employer would rather to take a person with experience than a person without. So what I will say to you is, if you don't have the experience, you can see if you can try to go, even I don't know, even to go into a job to just get the if you're planning for winter is a couple months down the line. Maybe you want to go into a field that the experience would benefit you, and it's how you construct your resume as well. That has a lot to do with it as well. Guys, when I can't have agencies that charge, you know, and they're telling us a plane ticket is a part of it and y'all don't get a visa yet. Yes, that is true, because how an agency is going to tell you that they're charging you $2,500 to come up on the program, and this includes your visa fee, processing fee, your airfare. How will they know what your airfare is? How can you book a flight and you don't have a visa? Because it's not guaranteed that you're going to get that visa. So how can you tell me that you are going to book my flight and I would need the visa to travel, and I don't get the visa as yet? So when I go to sign up with you, you're going to charge me 500,000 Jamaican dollars, and I'm going to pay that to you, and I don't even get the visa as yet. It doesn't make any sense. You have to think about it realistically. How can you charge me airfare? Because first and foremost, those fees are covered by the employer. So let me tell you guys this. What these agencies do, what they're doing is, the employer is still paying your airfare, but they are charging you with that amount. So all of that money goes into their pocket because the employer is paying for them to process you. So if it's 5 persons, they have to pay 5 different fees for each person for the agency to process you. And then they should pay your visa fee. If they don't and you pay it out of pocket, when you get there, they cover that cost as well, and they book your flights. Okay? So when an agency is charging you all of that money, it is going into their pockets. That's what is happening. So when they tell you that, oh, you can get it back if you don't get your visa, they know that they're not losing anything at the end of the day, because all of what they're charging you goes into their pocket nevertheless. If the status says refuse, do you have to then schedule an interview? Yes, you have. Tells you the instructions, on the website. When you check the status, the visa status, it tells you what to do. It tells you that you'll get an email and you can schedule the date once you pick up your passport. But you don't have to wait until the passport is ready for you to book the date. Once you get the email, you can schedule the date for the interview. These are legitimate agents registered with the Ministry of Labor. Yes, a lot of agencies do it. That's why they consider it as private program. Not no name, sir. No, you cannot apply for the visa without a job offer, my dear. And the job offer is not nothing until you have that petition number from the employer, the petition form. That is what you use to apply for the visa, because when you complete the non-immigrant visa application form, it is going to ask you if what type of visa, and you select H2B, it is going to ask you for that petition receipt number. So that's what you enter and into the application, the receipt number. I have a small business, many 300,000 and over by inventory, not to put in an agency pocket. That is true. That is true. Imagine I've helped a lot of persons, and a lot of persons have gotten their visa right now. So imagine if I was charging each person 500,000 to say, okay, see, you got your visa and whatever, because they know that the agency, the embassy doesn't really just deny an H2B visa like that, like deny you. So because they know that, yes, it's a possibility you might get it, but it's not guaranteed. So they take advantage of that. So they let you feel that it's because of them that you get the visa, but it's really not. It's really not because of them. It's because of that petition, and the employer gave you, say they want you to work for them. You understand? So imagine if I was charging each person 300,000 a head. I'd be rich right now, because so the amount of persons that have gotten through, I would be a rich girl right now if I was charging those type of money. So just imagine how much these agencies are profiting off of you guys. Imagine an employer that needs 20 workers, and all those 20 persons have to pay 100,000. That is $2 million. So you see how these employers can profit off of you? If you work in a call center, but let's say you worked on an account that is airline, hotel, or cruise, and that's good experience. Yes. So don't structure your resume saying that you it's a call center. Structure your resume, because if I work for what's the name? Delta Airlines, say for example, at the call center, I'm not gonna put the call center name. I'm putting Delta Airlines because I work directly with them. If you used to do like a receptionist type of job for a call center, like you book rooms for the guests and stuff, that's what you come in. That's where you come in. You don't put it as a call center. You put it as like you were the receptionist, if you get what I mean. You have to know how to structure the resume. Employer who got a D on the randomization list told me that they will keep in touch and update me. If you're a first timer, Mel, consider that a lost cause. D, they won't get any. For out of country, no. I did J1 last summer. Work as cashier, front desk, attendant, and busser. No housekeeping experience. But that is the only type of job I applied for. Really? Why would you apply for only housekeeping? Guys, you don't limit yourself. You apply for anything. Apply for every type of job there is. I know a lot of the ladies who were applying for landscaping jobs. Can you imagine? And maintenance jobs. Apply for everything. Don't limit yourself. You don't know what you're going to get through with. Maybe you want housekeeping, but that's not what God wants for you. So you cannot limit yourself. So you might want to go and do housekeeping, but God might see that, okay, serving is what she would be good at. That's where she would excel. That's where she would make, that's where you would maximize on the amount that you make. So just don't limit yourself. Apply to every position you can. When do you plan on starting the group? So guys, I'm opening the group. I'm not sure when, but it's further down. Winter is summer is not over as yet, you know, guys. Don't give up on summer as yet. Because as I mentioned, in June, some persons left last year. And my sister left in September. Just imagine. So don't give up on summer. You guys are welcome. So it is my pleasure, you know, sharing the information. I would want someone to tell me. There were persons there was this young lady, specific young lady, Sashana. She created a group. She created the group last year, a big group. And we didn't know what we were doing. We all didn't understand it fully, but we put all our heads together, and that group was a lot. It was a blessed group, and a lot of persons got through. There's a lot of persons who have been getting through. I don't know what's the sense to be selfish with the information, but it doesn't make any sense. If I see where I can help someone, I will. And I don't need anything in return. No, it's not for monetary benefits. It's not even for views on YouTube. It's not even for subscribers. It isn't for any of that. You understand? It's just something that I thought about doing, and I just did it, and it has helped a lot of persons, as well as it has brought a lot of persons closer to God as well, because in the group we do fast, we do a lot of stuff. We include God, and guys, to be honest, it's when you start to include him that is when we start to see some real results. So I know everyone have different religious beliefs and all of that. So if the group thing it isn't for you, I do understand. But just want to give everyone a heads up that we do talk about God in the group. We do worship him in the group. We do seek him in the group. We do call him in the group. We pray. Let me tell you, the amount of responses we've gotten from doing all of what we did. Prayed, we fasted, we did a lot. So yes, guys. Yes, we do a lot of stuff, guys. It's not just a regular group. It's all it's a lot of stuff that we do in the group. Okay, so for this group, guys, you can message me on IG. Is better to message me on. So with this group, guys, it will be a bigger group. How many persons a WhatsApp group can hold? You think you can hold 800 persons? Because the group will be open, but guys, it will be open for a certain time frame, right? So it will be open, and then the link will be taken down, and then no persons will be admitted into the group after that. Okay, thank you, guys. So just ensure that you are a part of that group. We're gonna have some persons who, we're applying for someone who will be helping persons for winter, as well as myself, of course, as well as the young lady who created the group last year. A lot of stuff. So yes, that's the Instagram name. So I can't really look at any resumes right now, Serlina. It's kind of hectic at the moment, but just follow the guide. Use some templates online. Okay. So yes, as I mentioned about the group, guys, it's not only I'm not the only person talking about it. We have Vilanessa, right? She also talks about it. She has an open Telegram group currently. That group is open. You guys can check out her channel. So it's V-LA-NESSA, Vilanessa, as well as I mentioned Lisa K. Anderson. I am trying to remember if that's the name of the channel, but just type her in, Lisa K. Anderson. She did a video, a day in her life as an H2B worker, and she is the person who you can go to to help you with the H4 visa process. So she does that at a cost. So you can check out Vilanessa, check out Lisa K as well. These are two of the persons from the group I was in last year. And we are sharing the information, and we are educating persons, and as we go along, try to help persons so persons can apply as well. So Kimmy Jackson, honestly, I wish I knew about this a long time ago, because I've been searching for agencies, but all of them charge a lot of money. God bless. God bless you too, Kimmy. Yes, a lot of persons didn't know. A lot of persons wish they knew about this from earlier on. That's why, guys, it's good to seek out the information, because to be honest, you can't sit around and expect information to come to you. You have to go out there and look for it. You have to go out there and put out an effort. If you type in some H2B program on Google, stuff will come up, and then when you start to read, then other stuff will come up. I know reading, it's kind of hard to get an understanding from it, because even myself, I had to like go over some of the stuff over and over to get the understanding. But if it's just that, if that's what it is, it's what it is. So if you watch one of my videos and you don't understand it, you can just try again. So just watch it again, and skipping out the video, you're kind of not gonna get an understanding, or the understanding that you would need. So just take your time. I'm always free. You can ask many questions you have. Lisa Anderson is the name, and Vilanessa. So guys, just give us the support. Vilanessa has other stuff on her channel as well, where she do a lot of different stuff. She does J1. Guys, check out her channel. And Lisa is just starting up, so you guys can give her the support. Okay, do you think I can switch from H2 to student? I'm not too sure. I am not too sure about that one. I'm not too sure. Britannia Baker, if you want to give up, I'm gonna be honest, go ahead and give up. There is nothing else that I can really tell you. There's a lot of persons who have mentioned, who have shared their story. I have shared my story. I've shared what I went through, how I applied and applied and applied, and all of that. I have been researching the H2B program from 2021, and I got through in 2022. So look at that, right? I just didn't know where to look, and I wasn't looking consistently enough. And it wasn't easy work, but I didn't give up, because what am I going to do? If bills are killing me and I need a way out, I'm going to just sit down and say bills are killing me and I cannot get something, so I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna keep pushing, because you giving up, it come like you never start from at first. It come like you didn't start if you're gonna give up. So all that hard work you put in, it means nothing if you give up. It means literally nothing. But if you just continue and see what's at the end of the tunnel, just continue and see what is out there. Who knows? Sometimes when you feel like you're at the last point, or you're at the, my IG name is Taja_IP, TAJA_IP. So if you feel like you feel like give up, just take that out of your mind. It doesn't make any sense. Giving up is so easy. So you're choosing the easy way out, basically. So you're saying it's hard, but you're just taking the easy way out if you want to give up. So don't give up, Britannia. Just keep pushing. I've been trying from last year, September, and I recently may get through. And I've been looking at the program for months before. Yes, it does take some time, guys, and it's not our timing, It's really not what we want. So sometimes we want something, but it's not the right thing for us at that point in time. So sometimes you need to just consult God first before you go ahead and take up things in your hands. You have to kind of let him lead you on a way. And you can't be too easy to give up, and you cannot listen to the negative thoughts that comes into your mind. You have to know what is good and what's not good. Yes, first timers can travel May, June, July, September, as long as the employer is still willing to take you. So I missed out on my question. On my return, I was caught in the cab, and they told me they file under the cap relief, so I might get through in May. What you think? Yes, you can get through in May because the cap relief visas, it's read, it will go from April 1st to May 15. So don't worry. If you're a returnee, just keep applying. There's a lot of places taking returnee. Trust me. I didn't use an agency, Victoria. I did it on my own. Check out the videos on my channel. Start from the older videos come up so you can get an understanding. I promise you it will all make sense once you get the information. Once you start watching from the older ones, it will make sense. And all the questions some persons are asking, a lot of the questions are answered in the videos. But sometimes some persons won't they take the time out to watch them, and that is fine. I mean, it's definitely up to you. I found about the program this year and listened to all your videos, and I applied to a lot of employers. I got a lot of responses, and I know the Lord will get me an offer in his time. Definitely. So you can, guys, it's just March. Yes, it's the ending of March, but it's still not too late. A lot of employers still don't have their workers as yet. Not because the cap has been reached. A lot of persons will be reaching out saying they need workers and all of that. I refuse to give up. I keep applying and I'm denied a job almost every week because they say only employing in-country workers. Every time I get a refusal, I seek out. Yes, you have to do that, Nessa. You can fight. You can't expect to win without fighting. That's true. Guys, you just have to have faith. Faith, it sounds so simple, but it's a hell of a thing, faith. Having faith, it's not easy. But try building your faith. Try trusting God. Just because if you are applying, if you are putting the work, you are calling, you're doing everything that you should do. Sometimes you have to leave the other part to God. So you got to let him do his part. You cannot try to do everything on your own. Let him do his part. Let him know that you are placing it in his hands and you want him to take it over. Right? As long as you're doing your part. Because faith without work is dead at the end of the day. But as long as you're doing your part, have faith that he'll do his. Yes, you can still apply, Shamai. It's never too late to apply. The name is Lisa. It's spelled Liesa, Lisa Anderson. So she does the H4 visa process at a cost. You can consult her and she'll take it from there. You've helped a lot and I'm not sure about something. I just check your old videos. Yes, that's true, Nessa. If you're not sure about something, check the older videos. Because all the basic and all the information you need are in the videos, really and truly. All that I'm explaining now have been mentioned before. What are these types of jobs in the H2B offers? So the types of jobs you have: serving, front desk, cook, housekeeping, dishwashing, landscaping, maintenance. A lot of jobs. A lot. Okay, no problem. I have watched the videos so many times I can almost say word for word. So guys, I'm short and spicy. And even if them they long, me would have watched them still, cause me still rewatch the lives too. Yes, that is true. And that is why Ranisa knows all that she knows. Because she doesn't only watch the videos, she do additional research on her own. And yes, I get that in a group setting, things can be more informative. But if you don't know the basics about what the program is, you know how to apply, then being added to the group, it really makes no sense. It kind of confuses everyone else. Because everyone is thinking, okay, we're going to be starting, we're going to be doing this, doing that. And then we have to be going back and explaining basic information that could be found on the channel. So ensure you are informed with the information so that when the group link is posted, because anybody comes in the group and are asking about stuff that we covered already, then, you will just be removed because I will be busy. You have to bear that in mind. So the less time that we can focus on stuff that's I wouldn't say unnecessary, but stuff that you can find on the channel, then that would be better. Take the advantage of us wanting to make better for ourselves. That is true. We spend too much time. I watch all kind of foolishness on TikTok. Yes, guys, look at it. Look at it. Someone, I know persons sit down on TikTok all day and scroll. And to watch a video, it seems so hard to them. And I don't post videos every day. I don't bombard you guys with videos every day. You understand? You can take so even I know persons, so how they need the information. A lot of persons message me saying they are binge watching the videos. Some of them said that a lady messaged me, she was watching the videos I think from after 8 or after 9, and then she watched all of the videos come straight down to even after 1 a.m. or after 2. And that's how I am. Because because Villanessa was in our group, but I didn't know that Villanessa had a channel. So last year I was watching her videos because I'm seeing Hoven didn't tell me that she have a channel and all of that. And I've been watching her videos, even her J1 videos, even Villanessa's What to Pack video. I watched that video. We never too old to learn, and it's not even about supporting someone. You want the information for yourself. So basically it's that what you're doing, you're helping yourself. But if you can't help yourself, you cannot expect someone else to help you. A lot of persons will waste time we watch with, because I know everyone knows about Chrissy and Cushing and all of that, and Brit and Ivan and all of those information, but bet you don't know nothing about the H2B program. And the videos are there, so no one cannot say okay they can't find any H2B videos on YouTube anymore, because Villanessa did hers, did mine, and Lisa is doing hers. So you cannot find the information anymore on YouTube. It's there now from a Jamaican perspective. And I know I have a lot of different persons as well who watch the channel. You understand? So there's a lot of videos there, so you cannot say that the information isn't there. The information is there. It's just for you to make use of it. Take it, make use of it, and apply it. Apply the information you get from the videos to you applying. What you know about R-Mark? In my research, companies employing H2B workers like him. I'm not sure about them, you know. I have a certificate in housekeeping, but I haven't worked in any hotel. As long as you have the certificate, listen, put it on your resume. Say, for your experience, put housekeeping and put housekeeping certificate. No, I don't know that Modern Employment Agency. No. I'd waste time on TikTok, and I have a channel here and I don't even upload much. I'm guilty. I'll be watching every day. Yes, because we find it so hard, because sometimes some persons think that they don't want to support you. They don't want you to, I don't know, they don't want to support you. That's the reason why they won't find the time to watch it. Some persons won't even like a video that you post or anything, or share or anything, which I don't really care, to be honest. I really do not care, because at the end of the day, persons who need the information, they will do what they're supposed to do. And a lot of persons have been doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm not too worried about who is not doing what. At the end of the day, if you need the information, you will seek it out. Okay? And guys, I was working when I was applying in 2022. I was at a call center. I had my daughter. There was a lot of stuff that was going on with me, but I still, to be honest, 5 days out of the week, I'm going to work 2 days and 3 days out of the week. Because I'm saying, okay, I have to make some form of sacrifice, because I cannot continue like this. And it did work out in my favor. So Instagram is Taja, TAJA_IP. So guys, yes, I thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any additional questions, if there's anything you're unclear of, you can watch back the live. You can watch the videos. Guys, sometimes before you ask me certain questions, watch back the live. Sorry, watch back the videos. Because I can guarantee you can find it. So when you go on the channel, right, go on videos, scroll down to the bottom if you are just getting used to the channel, and then you watch the videos and come up to the earlier ones. All right, that way you get a better understanding. Picking out, it's kind of gonna bring you all over the place. So yes, so congrats on everyone who have gotten offers. Congratulations for the offers to come. Congratulations to even persons who will be receiving offers today. I'm declaring it. So congratulations to all of you guys. Congratulations to persons who have gotten their visa approved. Congratulations to persons who have collected their passports from the embassy. Congratulations, special congratulations to persons who did those visa process on their own. Imagine if you should look back a couple months before when you were just applying, you never would have thought that you would be doing this process all on your own and actually getting through all on your own. That is something to be proud of. So if persons cannot see that and think that this will work and that they can get through, I really don't know what else to tell you or how else to motivate you. Right? You have to kind of put in some motivation for yourself. I'll always come in here and tell you never to give up. But if you want to give up, it's just your choice. You're welcome, guys. I even did interviews and got no's and I still never give up. Continued applying. Yes, you cannot give up. Just take giving up out of your mind. We all feel down sometimes, but take a day or two if you need to, but come back again with a different. You have to look on your why. Why are you doing this? What is your why? Is it your kids? Is it because of the debts you have piling up? Is it because of your family, your mother? Is it because what is it? Why are you doing all of this? Use that as motivation to keep going. If you cannot go for yourself, it's if you yourself are not is not enough motivation, use why you're doing this, your kids and all of that. Don't give up, guys. Yes. So will you save the life? Yes, I will save the life, Katie, for persons who didn't get to join, because I know a lot of persons are at work, but because of the day off that I've been getting and all of that, it's kind of hectic for me. But I appreciate you guys coming to listen, to hear. There's a lot more persons who will be getting through, and we also hope the numbers will double, triple. I don't know the other one. Be 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 100 times more than this season. So for winter, we are praying for better. We have found ways where we can make things better. So we will work together and we will do it. So just have a positive mindset. We promote positivity only in the group. So just join when the time is right and the link is posted. Just join, be open-minded, and just be willing to put in your work, be willing to be helpful to one another as well. There's not a lot of persons helping persons. So when you find yourself being a part of something like that, consider yourself blessed, consider yourself, I wouldn't say lucky, consider yourself blessed, consider yourself fortunate, and consider yourself highly favored. Okay, so you are going to be a part of a community that is helping each other, is uplifting each other, is praying together, is worshiping together, is doing all of these things, who will be going and working amongst each other. So just be grateful for the opportunity to be a part of something like that, and come with the mindset to work, to be understanding, to be open. Okay, the group, I have a group for summer, so the group will be open. I will just open the group to facilitate the winter persons, right? I will post the link sometime soon. I'm not sure when, but I will post it as it gets closer to when recruitment starts. Once it gets closer to June, then I will post it. Okay, so for the inactive jobs, Nesta, you would go to advanced search on the Department of Labor website and select the inactive. Select the filter to show the inactive jobs. God bless you too, guys. there's a lot of persons, if you look at it, there's a lot of persons whose lives have changed recently. Imagine coming from not being able to afford the basic living necessities to be able to saying your flight is booked or your flight is almost booked, or you can look in your passport and see that visa stamp. It is such a wonderful feeling to know that just a couple months ago you were at that point and now you're at this point. You know, mentally you're gonna feel better. Spiritually within yourself you're gonna feel better. You actually also, you know, get closer to God. It's just a lot of changes, and it's good to be a part of something like that. So consider yourselves lucky, not lucky, blessed. And I look forward to having everyone join the group, and I look forward to providing assistance to persons as well as the team, persons in the group. Big up Ranicia, Sashona, Tiana, and all the other persons who will be assisting, because they would now know what, you know, what to do and all of that. So I look forward to it. So you guys are welcome. So thank you so much once more for joining, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Hello, Gial. Greetings from Italy. Thank you for joining. I'm going to save the live, guys, who are just joining, so that you can watch it. Okay, so it's 2 seasons, summer and winter. So summer season recruitment is coming to a close, and then winter recruitment starts as early as June, but the winter season starts October 1st. So have a great day, guys. Thank you so much, and be blessed.